Now, I still, look, on paper, have to look at Na'Vi, but FlipSid have a very good T side on this map. We've seen various people struggling. Flamey, as Thorm was saying, potentially tilting already in this tournament.
He's looked very weak.
Absolutely. Edward, one good map, one horrible map. Guardian's been the most consistent player. That's expected, but he can't do it alone, even on this map, especially because World Edit's been winning that duel. So who do you look to? I mean, this is where Na'Vi have to show up, in my opinion, if they want any chance. FlipSid have the potential to take the fight to them on any given day on this map, as it is.
Sure.
So if they go quiet, I really do think this spells disaster.
A lot of people have been pointing out that FlipSid's T-side approach, especially, has been very strong recently. They've had a great approach in terms of their executions and working together as a team. And Shara really has impressed me that last map, and the same with World Edit as well. People always call him out, but he's been phenomenal so far in this series. It's going to be Na'Vi that win the knife round here. You'd assume they'll be staying on the T side here, but sorry, the CT side. But like I said, FlipSid can be very deadly on the terrorist side of Mirage. We'll see what they can bring to the table here, but let's come right down to the wire here. This is our second best of 3 today. We still have 2 more games coming up and some top teams to play as well. Envious and Estrada still yet to play. There should be some big matches coming up.
I'm excited. I think there's some good storylines to follow as well. I mean, again, I'm excited to see Devil's Land debut with Envious. I know that we kind of get into our premier matchups tomorrow per se, but it's definitely something that's we can keep an eye on today and just see how his play style is implemented into that team.
Indeed. Well, Guardian had a really good strong game on Train. He was, I'd say, World Edit absolutely had his number as well on towards Overpass. It seemed like he really took him down every single opportunity he had, is wrecking him. Guardian had a couple of moments of awesomeness, I'd say, like that shot towards the T-spawn area. That was pretty special.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely been holding the angles, and it's not like he's done anything flashy. On Train, he was getting trade kills, but on Overpass, he was just holding angles. He knew that Guardian was going to push. He was reading Guardian quite well, and I have to say Guardian was predictable in that sense. So, see if that's the same here. Now, we know Guardian on this map can be super good in connector, super good in the window, super good on T, so he's got some diversity on this map, as opposed to what he was showing on Overpass.
Indeed. Well, it's looking like we'll be getting to this one shortly. Everyone's on the server. We've got all the right configs on. It's going to be a pretty smooth affair, I reckon, Matt. This is going to be the one.
The one?
Yeah.
Is she the one, Henry?
No.
Am I the one, Henry?
You're my only one.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Can we go live? Because I'm sick of talking to you about this stuff.
We can shortly, I'm sure. But map number 3, loser goes home. Winner goes on to the semi-finals. It's going to be an interesting affair. I really didn't see this going to a third map, I have to say. So we are getting into this one now. It will be Natus Vincere starting on the CT side, FlipSid on the T side. Can we get some noise in the arena? Can we get the hype back in the room for the photo map? There it is. We can't see how many people are here, but it sounds like a lot.
It does sound like a lot.
Right then, so we'll have a look at the buy coming in for FlipSid right now. 3 sets of armor, actually, and this is kind of strange. Did we keep 2 players on absolutely nothing? Markov and World Edit, I don't think they purchased a single thing.
Surely they must have. Have they already thrown out nades? I can't see it because you've been kicked from the game, Henry. But
they had $800 from what I saw.
Edward's going to walk out right now toward the catwalk. He's already spotted 2 players jumping into the window, so Guardian's gone passive, and he's let Blade go by that vent for free, essentially. He's gone down to 52 HP, sure, but he's gotten inside the site, and that's more important right now as they try and go for the plant. Good positioning from Zeus. He's already flanked around. That's all the way down middle and in behind them, and Edward and he are now doing massive damage. There's 2 CT players in this position as seized. It's back into Markelov as well. Blade, wide peek, finds one, but gets immediately traded, and it's Flamey and C's left in a 1-on-2. Bondik's dead. Bomb did get planted out of all this.
They did keep 2 players on $800. You can see
bizarre.
Markelov still has 800, and World Edit finding a kill as well. He actually has 11. Oh, he got the plant, sorry. So that's why he's got the extra boost there. But still, that's a very interesting approach. I haven't seen that in a while. There was, like in Source, we used to do that a couple of times. We used to think like the T-pistol was so difficult to win that you wouldn't invest any players into it. I would try and get the bomb down and then have a really strong buy with the AKs in the next. But we'll see what they can bring to the table this time. This is how it pays off, I guess. In the second round, after getting the bomb down, they can justify Galil's going into this one. So Galil's and Locks, it looks like no, they're going to be upgrading to Tech 9s, Deagles, and we'll see what they can do with this one. Blade actually yet to buy. He'll be finishing things up with the Desert Eagle himself, but still, we have got UMPs for Na'Vi, 3 of those, and 2 M4s as well. No kids. This first one's going to be huge. It's going to be Zeus to take it down. He gets Shara towards that lower ramp area as well. Gets a nice little achievement as well, Matt. He gets the UMP expert, so leveling himself up.
I'm very impressed that he has the UMP expert. I have the Gold Nova 2 expert.
Oh, nice. I've been trying to get that one all my life.
Oh, I know. Play with me, you'll D-rank down to that level and everything will be fine.
Well, 5-on-4 now. You can see the T's slowly but surely making their way towards middle, but these UMPs is doing such massive work here. That strategy of having the 2 players on high economy hasn't really paid off here, as Bondik will, with the last player remaining, no real damage inflicted towards the CTs. He's towards T-spawn with the Desert Eagle, has got a full arsenal of grenades, but no bomb, and CTs collapsing on top of him right now. Edward should be able to find this kill. The Desert Eagle headshot this time, and Edward finds it, and the UMPs prevail, and that's going to be a full eco coming in now for FlipSid, but yeah, interesting approach to this game, but one that hasn't really paid off, I have to say.
Well, we'll see now if FlipSid can find a way. We talk up this T side on this map for them. Blade, known as a great strategic in-game leader. But can he get something working early on here? We'll save one more. Go with the Glocks. No investment whatsoever. Zeus going to use the UMP to take down Bondik. These UMPs can do massive, massive damage in this round because they've got no armor, and that is exactly why, as Guardian collects 3. A great paycheck and another round sealed for his team, as it's just Shara left against 5. And he won't even find a shot to fire against any of them.
Yeah, look at the cash now for Navi. They've got like 8k across the board, and it'd be surprising. I'll see what they can bring to this one. They can obviously keep the UMPs and try and push into lower ramp, go towards top and middle here. It's a replay of his screen of Guardians. Nice little spray down here. They will be keeping the UMPs. Obviously, this gun is coming more and more in CSGO this year, especially. A lot of players showing it can be viable in the gun situations. We'll see how they approach this one. Like I said, lower ramp, definitely an option for them, and that's exactly what they'll be doing here. Edward edges his way, and I'm sure they'll be flashed over any second. They can see, there it is. No one going to be there for now for FlipSid. They're actually going to be holding towards top and middle. Palace as well. Shara just holding off for any sort of aggression here, but this is a problem for Navi. They're hoping to find that first kill and fall back. This is where the UMP becomes slightly less effective, and you don't find that close range kill straight away. But time ticking away, and FlipSid is just holding the CTs off for now. No orbs purchase for them. We have got Guardian on the AWP. He's actually going to be towards a B apartments by himself, as Edward plays towards short.
Guardian has one in front that he can try and catch off here at Markelov, and he's actually moved out the exact second. Unfortunately, the Guardian's gone away, so the shot never presented itself. Zeus is going to sit close to this ramp, still holding on to these UMPs. They're trying to just build up the bank further for Navi. It might work out. Remember, they have the highest armor penetration of any SMG, so in that close angle, it's still viable. Shara's the only one left there, though. These nades, these smokes onto the A site. Although just a few scarce ones thrown. 2 total. They're fake, all for sale as they want to work toward B, but it's Guardian who's gone back toward middle, rotating off of that B apartment position early on. He's found the opening pick. Misses that second shot, though, and that gives Blade the refrag. And now they've got a chance to try and converge onto the B site. Markelov gets Edward. It looked like behind the van you'd expect him to have it, but mid-open, catwalk to be approached. It's seized. Who needs to try and shut this bomb plant down? 13 seconds. He's got a chance to do it. If he drops the bomb there, it would have been all over with Bondik. He manages to get the kill. 2 versus 1. And they could try and just hold out Flamey. FlipSid might have an answer early.
Yeah, it looked very tense at the bomb being shut down. There's only 8 seconds remaining, but now Flamey in the 2-on-1 clutch situation will be making his way out towards short. Does get an opportunity to take down Blade, but only able to find the shot just now. He should be locked out of this. The smoke should hold him off for quite some time. We'll have to face on the right-hand side here. The T's going to be exactly aware of where he is. So going to be pushing in slowly but surely. There's no real chance. There's too many angles to check. Tries his best, but that's going to be FlipSid arriving onto the scoreboard now. But there should be tons of cash available for Navi now. So you can see lots of cash. You've got Flamey, who could bring a double AWP out if they wanted to. Just going to be going with the M4 this time. But Guardian, I was about to say, looked like he's found his mojo once again, going aggressive back towards middle. Did find that first kill. I know he found this shot on the second, but the UMP is letting Navi down a little bit there. Unable to hold off B. And we could have a real chance to lock down that bomb, but there it is. FlipSid still not out of the woods just yet. We did see this on train time and time again. That full reset potential has arrived once more.
It's Flamey to shoulder peek out toward A main. Smoke off on Palace as well as Shara and Bondik. Pretty as princes. I got pretty in there finally, Henry.
Nice. Nailed it.
Thanks, bro.
No real aggression coming in from the CTs just yet. We have got Guardian towards CT spawn this time. He was towards the B apartments before, but didn't really find too much for it. Bondik and Shara defensive. And World Edit is towards top and middle. He's yet to get the AWP. He's actually stuck on the Tech 9 this round, so money's definitely not great in the FlipSid count.
Already, though, we're seeing the diversity from Guardian on this map as opposed to Overpass, because this round he's out toward the ticket booth. The CT stairs last round, starting off in B apartments, ending in middle. He can take all approaches on this map, and it's definitely something you have to try and get an early read on. You have to go slow and figure out where that AWP is going to approach from. World Edit with the Tech 9, you already mentioned it, hasn't been able to get his out and firing against Guardian yet in this matchup, and if that stays the case, the economy becomes a real factor against FlipSid in that sense, as Flamey's going to try and burrow in behind two smokes. His teammate holding hands with him for a moment. Zeus and he almost tripping up. We could see his barrel over the shoulder, but he's since gone back to a more safe position in jungle in case they boost through it. Flamey, he sees above that smoke, just catches Shara. Edward will jump on top of the opportunity from the call to take down World Edit as well, and seized. Ring around the Rosie inside the site and has danced his way back into a position that's viable, and it's just down to Bondic. Spotted up. He'll get one kill, but that's all he gets for his troubles.
Well, there it is. That's the full reset coming in as well for FlipSid. They're only going to have $1,400 coming into this round, so 2K across the board pretty much, and Navi in a very comfortable position indeed. This time, FlipSid tried to force their way in towards the B-bomb site, got locked down, and only keeping 2 players around in that previous one means they don't really have much to work with this time. It's P250s, Glocks, no utility whatsoever, and this is a real chance for Navi to build up a huge lead here going forward. This could potentially mean 2 rounds for FlipSid, but we'll see how they approach the next. Got to be spreading themselves out once again. Been quite a passive game for them. We did compliment them on their T-side executes in previous matchups we've seen them play in recently. But Markelov making his way through underpass, and Warded is waiting on that A ramp, seeing if they can find anything with these P250s, but with no utility to speak of, I'm not really sure what the options are going to be here. We're going for that mid control.
So this is the reset we always talk about now, is FlipSid back against the wall. Zeus trying to wait it out, does spot Shara, trying to cross over the top of the middle, spots up second player down low as well. It's Markelov. That gives Flamey the initiative, the cue to walk out and take him down. And jump as you like, but Guardian doesn't care if you have wings or not. He'll clip them. Dear Icarus, don't go near the sun.
Well then, 5 plays 1 now. Navi are definitely in a very strong position. This is a problem for FlipSid because they're not getting enough money here to actually get Warded onto the AWP. Who was so influential on the last map, finding those first picks. Shara as well, he's on 1 for 6, another player that was so key in opening up the bomb sites towards on overpass. But Guardian now boosting himself up towards short. Nice little display of movement mechanics there. It's actually a change of pace here for FlipSid. Actually not going to be going towards middle whatsoever. 2 players towards upper B, but Guardian rotating around, trying to see if he can find anyone through those windows there. And it's looking like Bade and Shara will be trying to sell something towards A, but I'm not sure Navi are buying it.
Well, selling ice to an Eskimo is going to be the objective here in a minute because they haven't got any rotation sold. Seized has pushed out slowly toward the catwalk position. That does free up a little bit of space for Bondic and World Edit. Edwards joined in on that forward stance as well, so they're trying to take mid away from FlipSid. They want full control of the map, but Markelov's going to come late from the underpass. Try and get himself in a more viable position.
He's basically waiting now for that A fake to come in. He's hoping a CT will rotate out and try to go towards connector or something like that, but so far, like I said, nothing really happening here. We still have 2 players towards B, and one of them's Guardian with the AWP. Edward in the ladder room, looking out for any rotators there. The bomb's still towards the B apartments, and Shara holding towards the A ramp, looking for those rotations as well, but they're still yet to commit right now. They've only got 1 smoke and flashbangs remaining. They're hoping a CT makes a mistake, and Markelov now has to take matters into his own hands. He does start to make his way through connector.
Zeus, though, waiting, dinked up, actually, through the edge of the wall. As Markelov got the early damage, it's still the kill for Navi. A miss from Guardian, down to 17. Thankfully, Edward is here in a decent position to fire back through the window. It's a headshot to Bondic. World Edit gets Guardian eventually, but Seized is now there, so kill 1, suffer the price of 2. And although Shara finds Flamey late lurking over from A, that was the man that initially tried to set the fake into motion and couldn't really establish much. He'll go to save. With 4 seconds, no one near him. He'll do so successfully, but it gives another round to Navi.
Indeed, a very slow-paced game there from FlipSid. Tried to get that B apartments control, but didn't really do much with it. Hoping that A fake would work out for them, but to me, you have to show more presence than that. Someone needs to be going in and committing, trying to find a kill, and taking the vision away from the CTs. They didn't really do that. So a couple of smokes went over, flashbangs, and then Shara holding the A ramp. Didn't really do too much to peel away any CTs whatsoever. But now, here we go then. Flamey's brought out the auto sniper. They're getting into the zone now. They're building up decent cash. And you can see FlipSid have not really got much to work with here. Just Shara with an AK, and the rest of his teammates with just PT-50s and Glocks. Let's see what they can bring here, but just a flashbang in terms of the utility. This should be another runaway round for Navi and bring them into 7 plays 1.
Seized gets the information on the secondary jump, throws out the Molotov, but that still gives them the option to drop through the window, and they'll seize that exact moment. See what I did there, but it still Seized that gets the kill against Markelov. Bondic responding with Edward. It's all Na'Vi to swarm the perimeter, potentially not even allow a plant. Good dink from World Edit, but Flamey's gonna catch out the first man inside the site, and World Edit will follow immediately after. And now we'll get guns up almost every single round with this bonus, but they've bought heavily into the AWP for World Edit.
Yeah, absolutely. This is it now. This is the first time I think we've actually seen him with the Orb so far. He's currently on 1 for 8, and someone who was so influential with that weapon, you were hoping he'd be getting onto a bit sooner. They've had some interesting approaches to their economy. Obviously, that pistol round and keeping 2 players on $800. Finally get the AWP, and it's going to be the shot from Guardian. It does hit, but it's World Edit. It comes out on top. He gets legs, and he does manage to take down the sniper of Navi and bring it into a 5-on-4 as well. So similar storyline to what we saw on Overpass as well. Now they have a real chance here to capitalize. Smoke going in towards window, taking that vision away from the CTs, but Seized has picked up the AWP himself. Flamey's still on an auto sniper, but there it is. Blade taking down Zeus and giving them a heavy advantage here in round number 9.
Nade going back out toward the underpass. That won't do much damage. In fact, any at all, because Shara shuffled his way back over to the right. Seized is going to watch that set angle, but Edward was mere inches from spotting him. However, thought better of it. A flash to come out late, though, reinvigorates his curiosity toward middle to see exactly what is going on, what the stance will be. As Shara still sits down in the depths. But this will be it. Surely, if he walks one step further back up that ramp, it'll give away the position Edward's looking for. He's going to find it as well. A little bit quick on the draw, though, and that gives it away. Shara's going to get the kill instead.
A real chance there for him to get back into that round. He fluffs his lines. Unable to find a shot now. It's a 5-on-2. C trying to do what he can. He's spotted through the smoke, but it's an absolute nightmare. Gets a little bit lucky there with the final shot there. Run out of bullets, but he does take down Shara. Time ticking away now. We hit the 30-second mark, but the bomb will be planted towards B. C's trying to do what he can, but it's going to be World Edit once again, capitalizing and takes him down. Just Flame with that auto sniper now. The money, have a look for him. It's still a very strong situation. Zeus has 16k still, so Flamey can find a couple of kills and just make things interesting. That'll be absolutely fine. But FlipSid do find a round here. Guardian opened it up with legging World Edit, but he comes out on top once again and finds 2 kills. And finally, like we said, once he got the AWP in his hands, they start getting rounds on the board.
Yeah, this is big. Specifically, I mean, isn't it always funny that the round you buy the auto sniper, it never comes to fruition?
That seems to happen every single time. Wow, we've got such a fantastic position. Now let's get the auto sniper out.
Yeah, let's go to the stairs. I mean, I think the last time I saw anyone do any significant damage, actually, it's probably been more recent, but I think it was like Get Right, like a year ago when he got an ace. It's like the only
Pasha
time I've
can
seen
be
it
quite
work.
good on Cobble. So when he gets towards the back,
I meant specifically on Mirage. But yes, in general, that point actually does stand. You're right. Because it's been a while since I've seen a crazy round with one.
Sure. Well then, like I said, plenty of cash here for Navi. Very clean round to them. We can see 2 players for FlipSid towards the Palace area, and it's really towards the top and middle. Markloff is holding those B apartments, but this is just holding off that CT aggression, seeing whether it's like 3 players will push towards the top and middle or go towards the lower ramp. I'm not giving anything away just yet, as the hold does come in. We see Guardian back on the open course. Will be actually facing towards underpass, I think, and that's he took down Markloff. And that's the kill they wanted to open things up. Now they can justify falling back to the bomb.
Yeah, but that's where Blade and World Edit need to try and shuffle out and get that refrag. Guardian gets back to the window essentially for free. Down to 67 HP, a mere bit of damage. Fragmenting through the wall onto him, but it's once again Edward now that will control middle off angle from the catwalk. Instead, though, he's given that up. He's already allowed Blade to bypass. He'll try and rotate back through window, get Guardian back to jungle, and strengthen this A defense, which does have 2 in the site as well. No one aggressively forward to shut down the A main take, but one that would definitely be inside the smokes if they were deployed is Zeus, and he can be absolutely menacing in that position. Guardian tries to fire through the smoke. He's missed his shot. That gives Blade the chance to push back through. This FlipSid, despite being down a man, are desperate to try and work onto the A site, and through connector they will finally get, but Flamey is poised, and Zeus at the firebox is more than ready. He's got the first shot. Can the call be made in time for them to transfer any attention toward? Well, the nade will definitely help, as Seized is going to get down at Blade in the end, but Zeus just walks out. The positioning was perfect the whole time.
Yeah, solid hold there. Some interesting grenades being thrown on the bomb side, but they do manage to hold on, and it's going to be round number 10, sorry, going in Navi's favor, and that's 1 to the good. And you see now FlipSid do have that hard reset coming in once again, winning 1 round and losing the subsequent. They do get the plant down, which makes things a little bit better, but looking grim for them going into this one. Desert Eagles, Glocks and PT-50s, no utility once again. And Guardian found that easy kill into underpass. Like you said, it looked like if everyone's going to be that passive, not one person can be showing. You can't just allow Guardian to go into underpass, find a kill, and manage to get out at the same time as well. That's a little bit sloppy from FlipSid, but there we go, Guardian once more, and there it is. He gets the kill onto Shara, and now looking to get the second as well. He does get it, but it's not as clean cut as we'd like to see from him normally.
Oh!
He's taking that as well.
Oh, it was awkward because as soon as he spotted him, he'd already committed to dropping down, so it gave Markelov a chance to react. But it's now just Bondik versus 4. Ooh. And that's one way to start it. All right, Bondik. 2 quick 1-deags, and suddenly it's down to 2. Can he get forward to get a gun in time? He can't, but he still has a deagle. And that's all Bondik needs. As it goes from 1 versus 4 to 1 versus 1 bomb. It's dropped way back toward Horseshoe. Seized isn't going to know that yet because it was planted there safely so that they could call for their execution.
Wow.
And that means it's a straight hunt between the 2 remaining players.
Seems like Navi were daydreaming a little bit there. No reason for them to face any of those situations. As soon as the first one's dropped, just you got the bomb fall back. I'm not really sure why we're committing to it.
Seized isn't looking this direction either. He's going to get spotted from the shoulder. Bondik's looked away. The timing is there though, and Bondik 1 versus 4 and only a deagle to start the play.
My God, has that just happened? 3 1-deags and then a shot in the back. Absolutely insane. Bondik just kind of gifted this last kill as well. I bet he can't believe his luck. That's something very special indeed. And something very sloppy from Navi. No bomb. The wire is down. And it's everyone facing and being just...
I mean, to be fair, the first 2 weren't exactly expected. When the first shot comes in, all right, you don't need to reface, but the second one was already in the open. Those 2 first ones were nuts. The third one was a little questionable.
Yeah, those are kind of rounds that are very difficult to swallow. And Bondik, what an absolute hero. Stepping up just when his team needed him as well. It's going to be 8-3. But that's definitely boosted the bank accounts of FlipSid. You can see the CTs now. Maybe a little bit rattled by that one. Need to keep their cool.
Shari needs to be careful in this position. So many times they've tried to apply this pressure in middle. And they've been caught out from catwalk late, Edward specifically, but this time they're more passive on their hold toward mid. And World Edit's going to try and cover the cross position. Shara already looking toward connector. Markelov was in the underpass, but he's since rotated back. And Blade's going to bring the bomb over toward Bondik's position on the A site. So it slows us down, at least for the moment. And Navi trying to figure out exactly the best positions to be in when this execution does take place.
This is the thing. We've got 1 smoke remaining. And Molotovs for FlipSid, but they need to find a kill here. They're not going to have the easiest transaction walking into the A-bomb side. Looking like they will be going for a full contact play from connector, from Palace, from the lower ramp, but it's Zeus to find the first player now. Guardian smoked out. Will have an opportunity to jump up though. World Edit does take him down. They're once again capitalizing. They do have a real window now with 15 seconds remaining.
Flamey has a gap in that smoke he wants to try and use. He's going to hear that bomb plant. Blade's going down. There's no way that's getting planted. 9 seconds. That should do it in the round. Edward, he'll close out on Markelov. It's just on World Edit. AWP in hand, and he's gone as well. Perfect play from Flamey to try and walk back through that smoke.
Yeah, you can see the time ticking away there, like 10 seconds on the clock. They had no choice but to just try and go for the plant. There was a smoke down towards CD spawn, but the gap there did give it away a little bit. Flamey just comes in, finds the easy kill into the bomber, and unable to do anything with that round. And that's another reset coming in for FlipSid. They do have an AWP on World Edit still, so still have options to what they can do with this. He's going straight towards the top and middle. Has been great. Takes down Guardian again last round. He has definitely been capitalizing these 1-on-1 situations. But here we go then. World Edit's ready once again. Not able to land the headshot though. Will be falling back now as Guardian does manage to survive just about. And will be still facing here. Isn't done just yet. He gets legged this time. And now World Edit does get the alley-oop with his teammate Shara. But Edward coming in to take him down.
And Edward getting a second kill to follow that up on the Blade. Flamey's going to pursue Bondik, who's low, but World Edit again with this AWP. He's made the difference far greater for his team than it should have been. Eventually silenced by Flamey. Another AWP in that connector as well that Flamey could have potentially picked up. They might do so a little bit later on. Markelov, meanwhile, is going to pick up World Edit. And let's go classic Markelov. Let's get that AWP back out. Anders is waiting at home.
So many people have tried to hype this moment up. Do you feel like this is the one?
This is the one.
Okay. Well, they're both in connector right now. Still have time to play around the bomb as well, but Flamey in a great position here. If the AWP is going to go first.
I lied, it's not the one. Oh, it might be the one. He hits Edward. He got that quick trade. I thought it was going to be a lineup, but Markelov makes it work. And now a one-on-one situation. Looking, though, to try and see if there's a quick peek. Instead, now we'll go for the plant in default. And can he get away from Seized before the peek comes in? He doesn't know exactly where he is. Spots him on that shoulder peek, goes for the reface immediately, and now he actually sticks around that flash. It's going to lock him in position. He had a chance to go towards CT and doesn't take it. 2 HP! 2 HP! C's just barely going to get him.
I thought he had that. Well, to be fair, I thought C's would have killed him much sooner after he missed that second shot, but gave Markelov a few more lifelines there, but it's USP that prevails in the end. And Natus Vincere take round number 10 here on the third map of this best of 3. FlipSid have been gifted a couple of rounds, has to be said. That Deagle round for one stands out for sure. And as we enter round number 14 now, I don't think that money is going to be fantastic. You can see a couple of players on 5k. May have a couple of kills coming out, but we'll see what they can do with this one. AWP on towards World Edit. And he's been, and he has 6 frags. It feels like he's been more influential. I guess the frags he has been getting has been with Guardian, and he kind of take those with a lot more importance going into this one, but smoked out for now. Guardian does have a little gap there in the smoke, but he'll be deciding to drop out of this situation now.
And World Edit was smart. Once he jumped above the apex, once he hit the apex of his junk, rather, and jumped above the smoke, he stopped his movement immediately because Guardian was trying to find the landing point. I'll keep him alive a little bit longer. Edward, good position in the side. The ladder room can try and control passively the catwalk position. And that is soon to be overrun, or attempted to be. Edward looks away at the wrong time. I'm not sure he's aware that he's going to have someone trying to walk up the ladder. The flash is perfect, and Shara gets the kill. World Edit. He'll edit Guardian off the map once more as Markelov takes C's. This is a perfect round from FlipSid.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there. They get the mid control, that really nice flashbang coming into the ladder room. That synergy between the team, getting that kill onto Edward is so beautiful to watch. And they take all the kills on the map available there, and it's completely flawless. As we go into round number 15 now, this could mean 2 for them because you can see the money has been broken for Navi now. Scouts, CZs, Desert Eagles, and 1 M4 on Guardian. It's going to be a very difficult round for them to do anything with it, and it looks like actually a faster round coming in from FlipSid. 3 players make it 4 now, committed to the A side of the map. And just Guardian and Flamey waiting there. It's going to be aggressive play from the CTs towards short. But no one committing just yet. Going to be smoked out for now. Markelov is looking towards middle, seeing if there's anything available for him to kind of scout out from his team. And Bondik now making his way towards the end of Palace.
Guardian inside that connecting position is slowly going to go back toward A. He's the only one inside of the site. He's definitely spotted at least 1 player, if not 2, toward that connector. The main slope. How does he compensate for this positioning? 1 smoke already on jungle. They'll leave the second one off the top of the stairs. That might be a little bit that Guardian can work with. As they are going to approach Sandwich, he'll walk out. They're checking in the underpass, or rather, excuse me, in the shadow. And that gives Guardian a free shot to Shara. It's not traded, but now Blade goes forward. Damage is done, though. Guardian's going to pick up that kill, and the rotations have come around. This should never have happened. That was sloppy on entry from FlipSid.
Yeah, I have no idea how that one worked out. They didn't really have to commit to that situation. They hadn't felt out the map whatsoever, showing presence towards middle, which is working so well for them. They had a completely flawless round last time. This time, they fully commit towards A, not really doing a default whatsoever. And they get punished for it as well. The CTs were just committed towards that A site and locked it down with the M4. The 1 M4 they had is Guardian, who steps up and takes him down. The scout chiming in as well. And it is going to be 11-4 after such a fantastic last round there. Well, there it is, Navi, 11 rounds, and this is the map that decides it all. FlipSid had an amazing showing on Overpass, something we didn't think would be possible after what we saw on Train, but it all leads here.
Yeah, quiet as well. I mean, we did see the last round, the 14th round. Very clear, very concise from FlipSid. They got done exactly what they set out to do, but the T side we talked about really didn't show up otherwise, and it has to be said that Navi did an excellent job of trying to thwart any mid control that FlipSid tried to establish, whether it was Guardian being mobile or Edward coming out from the catwalk late. It all worked out, and definitely a team contribution, as we can see the frag distribution top to bottom is 4 separated, all in double digits. Not to be said for the same on FlipSid's side. I hate saying side twice in a row, Henry.
Yeah, it really doesn't work.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's have a look at the buy coming in for Navi this time. We did see an interesting approach from FlipSid. There's going to be 4 sets of armor for Navi and a utility player. Much more traditional, I would say. And they're making their way towards the apartments with that bomb as well. CT's actually showing quite a lot of aggression here. World Edit by himself towards top middle. Look at that first frag. And it's going to be the classic standoff here. Guardian versus World Edit. We'll see who's going to capitalize here as Edward waits in there as well.
Markelov holding in the B apartments. World Edit, good positioning. He's got all the way up middle right now, completely undetected. It's a matter of whether or not Navi will head his direction or won't they. It seems as though Edward will be the first exchange. And does World Edit? Oh, he actually checks it. Edward's so smart. He knows they had no eyes on middle. It's so commonly overlooked, but not this time. As I thought World Edit might try and execute some trigger discipline, he's not even given the chance. Edward's gonna go ahead and get Blade. It's a trade though, because Zeus found the opening kill first. Keep an eye though on the fact that Markelov's gone more passive because he has to. They don't have the manpower to try and sit up on that windowsill any further. They've got to try and burrow into sites, and unfortunately, as he heads down catwalk to get information, he's giving up a lot of space.
Well, Navi still have the smoke and the flashbangs here as well, so make their way onto the site. They have got control of the van as well, and it's Shara from the window trying to find some heads here, but it's just going to be locked out for now. It's to be a 4-on-3. There's the smoke that completely locks him out. Markelov towards the short area needs to make something happen there. As the bomb is planted, they actually have not got a kit. Shara has got an incendiary, but that's going to be pretty useless in this situation now. Need to be using that as they made towards the bomb site. You can potentially flush out a terrorist player, but that's about it. The kit would have been much more beneficial in this situation. Oh, there it is. Perfect timing from Guardian.
I'm impressed. As Guardian starting this off to go back in. It's Bondic with the response kill still, though. He's only got 1 HP, and it's just a man down for them. Excluding that fact, and although they've got the kit on Markelov that's been picked up, he's been erased from the map. Bondic gets one more, 1 HP, and he finds Guardian jumping through the window. But he wants to save the lovely plate of Kevlar, which he's wearing. Seems insignificant, but worth it nonetheless, because we know the CTs effectively have the full save in the next round.
Well, he managed to keep 100 armor that time, so the upgraded helmet only cost him $350. So something to work with, I guess. Like the thing is, CS, if your armor goes below 100, you have to do the full investment to even get armor. If you save on 100, you get a massive discount. But he won't even be using it. He'll just be keeping it onto the body armor. So it's redundant thought, but a little bit of a tidbit if you didn't know that. So then, Force Spy has come in from FlipSid here. Deagles and MP7 on Bondic as well.
We know what Bondic can do with a Deagle instead, but it's the SMG for him. He spots up 2, goes for that early peek. He's taking some damage as he tries to retreat. Blade, having them distracted, tries to get them from far with the Deagle, but it's only been body shots so far, and Seized lurks up late from connector. There's nothing Blade can do about it. Let it though. He's got one through the wall. Flamey drops down, a flashbang. He tries to walk back out. It was low HP, but it's Markelov instead with the Deagle from a distance as Zeus will fall. Still though, the kills adding up for Navi, so we can hype some pretty kills, but unfortunately the round not looking like it's going to go the way of Shara, despite low HP on 3 players and a 5-7. More than capable in these situations. Well, now with 18, never gonna happen.
3-on-1 now. Shara with that 5-7 and body armor, just worth probably saving that once again. Doesn't really have much to work with it. He does salvage one of the AKs that were dropped, but it's a pretty clean round there from Navi after dropping 2 players. He will stay alive on 1 HP. It was Markelov and Wada that did find some kills as they made their way towards the A site. Navi going with quite a standard contact A approach there, not making things too complicated with the smoke. Just want to make sure they come in together, utilize the long range rifles, and not really much was made for it for FlipSid. So there it is, 13 plays for and the money situation is going to be pretty much in tatters for FlipSid after that force investment into that one. It potentially will be 14 plays 4 here for Navi, and series points ever looming. Into round number 18 now. It'll be interesting to see what they bring to the table this time. They have managed to save something, but I assume they'll just be going in potentially for a stack towards A, maybe push towards lower ramp, just try and do something with this. 5-7 body armor, that's about all they have to work with.
Guardian up on top of the boxes in middle, trying to spot through the smoke and toward the window. It's Flamey that'll be inside Palace. He's got an angle, he's gonna hold it. They try and go through with just the pistols. Flamey was more than aware that was a possibility that they would try and get some map control. Early information, early aggression, and catch them off, so he gets 2 quick kills. Zeus is going to go quietly in toward the site, spots up 1 on Blade, spots the 2nd on World Edit. Thank you very much, and now it's just Markelov who's found by Guardian, so very straightforward from Navi. Very straightforward indeed.
Very straightforward, Matthew. So 14 plays 4, and now this is where it gets interesting. FlipSid need to win this round, it goes without saying. World Edit has got the AWP. It looks like he's got a decent spawn as well. I would say you could go up to Palace, try and find that first kill, something like Kenny S normally does, or you could go straight towards Connector and try and have the jump on any players that are trying to get towards top of the middle. Actually opting to face towards lower ramp here. Not going to have any opposition for now. But at least get some intel. Could get something out of this. Had he waited a little bit longer, could have made something of it, but Edward does live to see another day. It's a very fast A play now coming in from Navi.
Well, get it back on his traditional AWP as well. Bondic opens it. He shifts his attention back over toward A main as well, despite the first kill on Palace. And it's 2 for him. Responded though as Flamey gets the trade, and we sit on 3s. Not only that, they forced World Edit back away from the jungle. That gives Flamey a better position, but he's slow about acting upon it, and Shara's gonna find him. So not done just yet, FlipSid. They've got the information, though, at least that World Edit is still smoked off in that position toward the window. There's always the possibility of slip through that vent. They won't have that information just yet as we see it. But Seized is gonna hold the angle no less, and when that smoke dissolves, it's the AWP instead that wins the duel. Leaving just Guardian now in a 1 versus 3, AK in his hands. 2 players against him, very low on the HP. But can Markelov find him first? Because if he goes down, then it's all in the favor of Guardian. Flash off, goes towards CT. Little bit of damage taken, but finds the first kill on Shara. He'll spot Markelov and jumping back into the site as well. 35 seconds to work with.
He's got the bomb as well, but the CT's being very disciplined in this situation. 30 seconds, like you said, but he can get a bomb down. Not getting any presence from CT right now. We'll be smoking it off. And just trying to force the CT to face it. What a lovely shot there from Guardian to bring it down to the 1v1. He is against World Edit, who has it open, 2 HP. They're 2 Titans. Clashing horns now.
2 plays 4, bomb gets planted. Guardian has it down, he's going for the peak, but it's World Edit who holds the angle and once more wins the duel against Guardian.
Wow.
And it's going to be just enough for FlipSid to pick up the round. Goes back for the AWP. And money still not great on that CT side, but Navi's got enough to work with.
Well, there it is, another clutch situation. And it's World Edit is getting the better of Guardian time and time again. It feels like another massive clutch out of brought Navi onto series points, in fact. So a big round for them to win. It hasn't dented the economy too much, so you can see Navi have tons of cash to play with. And that being another 1v1, the CTs are struggling a little bit. Famas has purchased and M4s and a lack of kits so far. There it is, Blade does pick up 1, but they have got the smokes and a couple of incendiaries, so they need to be very careful. They were to lose this round, it's pretty much GG. They need to string a few rounds in a row now to have a chance.
Guardian looked like he wanted to take the battle towards World Edit, but with the dual smoke out on Catwalk, there's no option to do so. So they'll fall back, go more default, try and execute mid-control through the underpass. Pop flash down, no drop to follow it up because there's no one in connector right now to allow for that to happen. It's World Edit that's going to hold the top of connector as well. But slowly and surely, Navi, they want into this B site. Guardian with the op looked as though he was willing to be the one to open. Minute left to work with. Shara off angle in the site. Will be the first to be confronted if they elect to go, as Markelov's out toward Catwalk. And Zeus is holding the rotation with Edward. So it's all in the hands of Navi.
It's building up now. Navi just getting a lot of control of the map. They are in the B apartments, and Zeus working towards that underpass as well. Trying to see if anyone will give them anything to play with. They're obviously trying to make a WPM towards Guardian, find that first pick, a traditional Navi setup here. It's looking like Shara won't be facing whatsoever. Just trying to see if anyone will cross those windows area, but this is the commitment now. Flashbang comes in, and so we'll come down to Shara whether he can actually find the kills there.
The second one that bounced out the window nearly does catch him up, but Markelov and Blade get there first. Shara doesn't even need to find kills, but it's Navi. All Navi, in fact, as Guardian gets Shara immediately after, and all 3 players in the B site gone. Bomb goes down. And it might be the elusive 15th round finally attainable from Navi. Bondik's going to approach from Catwalk World, trying to hold from the window. A lovely AWP that's done so much damage, but this time, finally, Guardian wins the duel. Bondik gets the information. He's there, though, but Guardian's going to hold the angle, and that will be series and map point for Navi.
There it is, 15-5, 10 in a row required for FlipSid now. The money has been absolutely abolished here. You can see they've got not really much to work with whatsoever. There's pistols maybe going into this potential last round. 15 plays 5, 5-7s, P250s, Deagles, and a CZ on Bondik. I think this might be it, Matt. Going to take an absolute monster of a performance from an individual. We have seen Bondik do it before. This time he's got the CZ. I'm not feeling so hopeful.
Guardian's waiting for the push to try and catch off anyone that wants to get through the connector. A flash to be popped potentially by Blade. World Edit. The top of connector looked like he might be in a good position, but Bondik's the one to take the fight. He gets flamey. Not sure if he's courageous or feeling courageous enough to go toward the gun, but it is there for the grabbing. And Bondik will get away with the AK. In the meantime, Zeus has taken back Blade, but lost a significant chunk of HP. He's down to just a mere 4. Try and close out the round.
Well done to find another kill here and bring them the man advantage as well. 4 plays 3. Zeus on very low HP as well, but this is the problem. Is Flamey got caught out first. They probably could have read the situation in terms of the money, but all facing angles and situations they couldn't get the refrag as well. And Bonding now pushing in. This could be perfect for him as the bomb is alone. It's going to be C's holding that towards the A round, but Bonding can find this player towards the A round. This could be the round tied up. He's got a problem now. Zeus and Guardian will be rotating in shortly. He's just holding up patiently, listening out for footsteps. And Navi now will be making their way back to T-spawn. He should be able to hear this as well. Bondic, this is his time to step up. He'll be facing prematurely, actually. Does find the first one and the second as well. Takes down Guardian, and it's just going to leave Seeds. It looks like FlipSid still have some life left in them yet. As the bomb is going to be on towards Seeds. We'll be able to get a planter as well. 3 on 1, I should say.
Yeah, not close enough to do much about it. Markolov tries to fire back through the boxes and get that one stray bullet to go through, and he will in the end. It's going to be seized down. Like you say, life in the old dog yet, but is it really prolonging the inevitable, or is there a chance? You always have to play like there is one, I suppose, Henry.
Absolutely. I felt like Navi just overcommitting those situations. I'm not sure why Flamey's facing by himself and getting such an aggressive angle at that stage. He was just holding right back, like we saw FlipSid doing on their T side. He's holding right back at the start, seeing what the CTs have in terms of weaponry, and then you get in positions where you can actually complement each other and get the refrags coming in. They've given FlipSid, although it's not much of a window, it's definitely been open slightly. As we go into round number 22, they need to grind out a lot of rounds still, but let's see what they can do with this one. You can see the money has been effective for Navi as well, so maybe you have a few more twists and turns here as we enter round number 22. Well done, facing towards lower ramp right now. Guardian did spot him, but it's going to be this classic battle once again, which I have to say, well done, has been winning consistently. No one really committing just yet, but Navi have got 4 players towards the A side of the map. Potential wall of smokes coming in, Edward holding towards middle.
Edward that wants to anchor this play to try and hold them toward the window, toward the connector, and allow the default execution to transpire. It's not fully committed just yet. We haven't actually seen as many A executions as we'd expect from Navi, who coined that wall of smokes, but it's whirled at it again against Guardian that's going to win the duel. He goes down to 32, now 7, as Flamey does further damage, but crucially, they get that early pick, and look how much it slowed down Navi. Edward almost has to go to work, try and get a lurk kill at this point in time, because he's fallen back up. He's going to try and hold the rotations, but it's not doing much to hold Bondic away from the front of the site. And that's where 3 Navi players are all approaching from at this point in time. And they're getting at least forward enough to Tetris. They've used all the smokes, so they have to go slowly and surely. It's Edward doing more damage on window. Now he can go. He's got information. Doesn't need to sit on that forever. And it's Bondic on the stairwell. Gone. Flamey gets forward and finds 2. Edward's got Blade, and this has to be it. Shara versus 4. And he's far away from where the site's being planted, but did he deny it? He did. He gets Zeus through the box. He tries, desperately tries to catch Flamey as well. But from that distance, it was never likely. 16-6. Navi in 3 maps. We'll move forward to the semifinals.
Yeah, so after a very disappointing showing there from Navi on towards Overpass, they do have a very impressive result there on towards Mirage. It's Guardian that steps back up, 22 frags from him, and Flamey as well finding some form. You have to say that World had made it very hard for them in certain situations. Was finding that first frag time and time again, and some interesting runs as well. If you remember the Deagle play from Bondic as well, Matt, it looked like they did find some luck there on their side, but ultimately didn't amount to too much there. And it's a very convincing victory for Navi, and returning to their form we're used to seeing.
Absolutely, and that said, already mentioned, they move to the semi-final tomorrow, much like Virtus Pro already has. We still have 4 teams left to play this evening, though, and with that said, we will quickly go to a commercial, reset the dial, hear from the analysts on this one, and then the next 2 teams will get into the booths and get ready.